Alright, we finally have arrived at Single Guys Awareness Day, aka Valentine's Day for those of you that actually are content with your lives at the moment. Shifty eyes. So, a lot of you guys have been wanting me to make videos kind of just discussing some of my personal, I guess, endeavors. That's the word I'm looking for. Along with some of my experiences in Yu-Gi-Oh! And what better appropriate day to do so? It's on Valentine's Day. Obviously, I'm going to be joined over here by my friend Happy Lover on Happy Single Awareness Day, as I'm going to be referring to it as in this video. So, first off, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a game of experiences. And I think a lot of people, they really, I guess they seem to forget that. You know, if you look at like general human culture and things like that, you know, the people you meet, they're usually pretty happy, outgoing people. And at some point in your life, you know, you will talk to those people about normal conversations. You know, there have been many people I've met throughout the course of Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, some of them turned out to be really nice people, and generally as the years went on, some of them turned out to be scumbags. And I've actually seen the exact reverse happen in this game. Some people I met that were total scumbags ended up being some of my oldest friends in this game. You know, I think my oldest friend that I still have in this game, I think we're approaching it's been like 9-10 years. I've known him since I was in like 8th grade of high school. So it's really interesting when you look back at it, because, you know, at times circumstances change people, and the same thing happens with a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. You know, a lot of people can't be able to afford Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's one of the sad realities of things, because now look at Zoo. I knew quite a few of my local players that were starting journeys to build Zoo, and now Barrage is hitting $100, and it's really sad to, you know, see these people that now they either have to sell something that they normally wouldn't want to, or they're losing an effective chance to gather something. And obviously, pretty much is the true honor of Valentine's Day, obviously, there will be one or two people out in this world that will get booster packs from their significant other, and will pull a Barrage, you know, today. So it definitely, it happens. It's a thing. But I always constantly want to remind people that, you know, after watching Rudy's video today over on Alpha Investments, like, it genuinely inspired me. Oh, he always inspires me to get off my fat ass. But at the end of the day, you know, you have to understand, people change. And like I was just saying, like, in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself, you'll make many great friends throughout this game. As I've always told you guys, my viewers, you know, even at some point, if you don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, travel and see the people. I've had a great time having just the squad come to my hotel room and chill with me the night before events. You know, going out to lunch and seeing people that you normally don't get the chance to see. You're missing out on a lot of golden opportunities. I think it's one of the reasons that a lot of people in this game get discouraged from wanting to continue to play it, because they don't take the steps to engage with the audience that is there. You know, I have some of my close friends lately, Darren and Josh. I met them through Yu-Gi-Oh! I was a bit hesitant to talk to them at first, because, you know, they were weird. Sorry, Josh and Darren, I love you guys to death. But, you know, after some point, you continuously see these people, and you start to talk. You know, you might not talk to these people the first event. It might be the 5th, 6th regional after you talk to them. It might be a year afterwards. But at some point, you're going to spark a conversation with these people. These might be the people that you sit down across the table from when you're looking at your opponent. And after E2O wipes your ass across the floor, you sit here and you're like, wow. Like, you might apologize to them for being so rude later in the day. You might look like a total arrogant douche and walk away from the situation. You have to remember, the impressions that you leave on people, the discussions that you have with people, all of these are general human nature. And this is one of the reasons why I love, you know, I wouldn't so much say it's ethics per se, but like I enjoy like seeing how change comes to people. I have a very good friend that, has had a very hard time in their life. And, unfortunately, like, because of said experiences that they had, they're a bit more closed off from the world now. And it's a bit shame from someone that's going from such an extreme personality to being so much more closed off. And obviously, like, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to watch, but, you try to help people out like this. If it's just, what's the word I'm looking for? It's philosophical. God, that's such a terrible word to say. But, on a day such as Valentine's Day, it's always good to remind people that the Yu-Gi-Oh community is human. At the end of the day, this community is often referred to as one of the scummiest. And I'm not going to be, one of the first people to tell you that. And it really fucking sucks seeing some of our community being this way. But at oftentimes, there are very great people out there. And I think a lot of people underappreciate that. It sounds more like a Thanksgiving video than anything, being like, today I'm thankful for my fucking Yu-Gi-Oh community because we're all scumbags. Duh, duh. But it's... I don't know, man. Like, I've been all over this video because I didn't know which direction I wanted to go. Like, I just thought it was important to remind people that people are human. Look at the person you're dating. I mean, I've been through a couple of relationships in my life, and the first one ended on my immaturity. She couldn't handle the young me. Things got complicated in college when we tried again several years later. Bad scenarios happened, unfortunately. Things just ended up changing her for the worst. And it was pretty painful to, like, not necessarily, like, watch, but to see how the effects of just the rapid change that can happen to you when something bad happens to you. And often you can't solve those type of problems. Obviously people always will mention the one that got away. I'm not gonna say that one got away, but obviously that person's much happier now. And it was a really big shame, the stuff that person went through, that I couldn't help them through. It wasn't, I'm not gonna say it was above my pay grade, but like, when you're in your young 20s, you can only do so much. And this is something that I've had a couple people comment on about me. Like, handling maturity situations, the older you get, you truly do gain wisdom. And I'm not going to be the first one to say when I was younger, I was a complete and utter douche. And I think a lot of people have seen the change in my channel from, older content to now. Like, I try to, I guess, handle myself a little bit more demeanor. The only other serious relationship I've been through, did some things I shouldn't have done. Oh, man. Fucking smiley face if I've ever fucking seen one. Tried to help a person through a situation in their life that I shouldn't have. Got overly too attached to the person, and it ended up not going my way. And if you guys remember the channel break, what was it, 2 years ago in 2015, when my channel had a dip when I was going through, like, I turned 25 at one point, and I was 24, 25, and this person reached out to me when I was starting to go through a midlife crisis. One day you wake up and you're just like, why am I still making YouTube videos for a living? Why am I doing this every day of my life? Do I want to see myself here? And I always get that one comment on my channel. It's like, oh my god, he's 27. I'm aware I'm 27, but I've come to the fact that I enjoy what I do. This channel doesn't make anything like it used to. And you know what? For the first time in years, I actually have a spark. I've had a lot of fun doing content, and I regret letting my channel go when my social life impeded it on itself. But sometimes you have to do you. And I won't ever take that away from anybody, because you'll truly never learn how to better yourself in life unless you take the steps to want to find you. And I've told that saying to a lot of people. I know a lot of people don't agree with it, but what if's the biggest motherfucker in this lifetime? Let's be absolutely real about that. And if you dwindle on the fact that the one got away from you, then you're going to just continuously dwell on the past. And I did that for 2 3 years back when I was 18, 19. You know, the promise of we'll try again in high school or we'll try again in college it was something that got me through my day. And I never really understood any better at that stage of my life because it was all I knew. And looking back on it, I'm not going to say that I regret that because I don't think I really lost a lot at that stage. But you have to understand that because of time being time, and this is another concept that I always try to tell my closest friends, the concept of time, you can isolate yourself in a world and just let time pass you by. I'm not going to say I'm not one of those people because I've just had days just clock right by. But you have to remember that if you isolate yourself, then there's going to be a lot of experiences that you can miss in life. Don't turn into one of these people that just lets the world pass them by, because I did that for a couple of years. And as I said, I don't necessarily regret it, but I've gotten wisdom under my belt after all of this time. And you have to remember, with every relationship, people change. You take a piece of yourself, you give it to them, they give you a piece of them, and you move along. You always have to remember this. So, today's Valentine's Day, guys. Like I said, just understand that if your significant other has baggage, when you're sitting down and you're having a serious talk with these people, be respectful. Understand that at the end of the day, they could be with you forever. And you're accepting them for who they are and what they bring to the table. And I think this is one of the things I've seen longer with my years, since people always seem to like to dug on me for being 27 making Yu-Gi-Oh videos. At the end of the day, everyone has their baggage. Always remember this. You have your experiences, you have the things that trigger you, you have these things that you bring to the table, as even as a Yu-Gi-Oh player and things like that. So it's important to remember that every person's human, and obviously you're out here today to enjoy this day, and instill the feeling that they've put into you on such a happy day. So it doesn't really go super clear into my life, but guys, there's a reason why I don't talk about these things. I'm not going to say that they're emotional scars on me, but at some points, they do hurt. So always remember that. So guys, obviously this video was a little bit more heart to heart than I wanted it to be, but just understand that people are human. Today's Valentine's Day, and enjoy it for what it is. As a Yu-Gi-Oh player to a Yu-Gi-Oh player, please enjoy today. Alright guys, I'm out. That's not all, folks. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please check out my Cardfight Vanguard channel, VanCole40. You guys will get an insight on our playtesting sessions. And please check out the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. That way you guys can follow the House of Champions and MCole40 interactions. Please check out MCole Games for all of your guys' trading card game needs. And if you guys enjoyed this content, please check out my Patreon in the description. Every bit helps to the creation of these videos. One step at a time in improvement, and that's the goal of this channel. Alright guys, have a good time, and thanks for watching.